Hello and welcome back. Steel Pinnings here with my newest addition to the lock shop. This is July locks number 3, end of the month, and we had to have the cutest little button nose here with me, and he's my little picking buddy. He wants to know why I'm not picking locks, and he's up on the table. He's a little scaredy boy, aren't you, little baby? Alright, enough of little John. This is little John. Alright, little John, you go play. We're gonna show off some locks. Okay, so as we can see on the table, big thing in front of us here, we can kind of read it too, right? This was a seriously lucky find I had on eBay. And the guy had two partial kits and a third, like, not even partial, just scattered pieces. Anyhow, I managed to get all of them and split it with the Avid Picker. And I've already separated and sent him his. And this one here is mine. And well, let's open it up and show it off, because it's a lot better inside than outside. So let's give a little zoom in, and voila, right? I think we're gonna have to get a tiny bit closer here. And there we go. This is going to have the side pins, the side pin springs, full pinning springs, all of the key pins, retaining screws, all the way down on the key pins. It even has these little teeny tiny sidebar springs that everybody loses. Those tiny things. Yeah. So if anybody needs one, I've got some. Then it's got all of the drivers here and masters. And up here is all of the security drivers. This is the 1, 2s. These are the ASA spools. Those are the single spools. And these are longer singles. And then the side pins again. On the top side, what came in this kit extra was really cool, because it had, that's my holder, and tweezers, but all of the little bits and pieces. I got that ASA key, believe it or not, out of one of those key safes that I sent out to others. I decoded, opened, and it had the ASA key in it. And I was like, wow. And then this kit had several cylinders with it as well. I sent one with 2 of those are mine. So anyway, I sent one to Avid Picker as well. But that is my new ASA high security pinning kit. Awesome, seriously awesome find. And everybody who knows locks knows that these kits are not cheap. And I got both kits and set them up so we both got kits for 150 bucks. Really, 2 kits out of the deal for 150 bucks. You can't beat that. Anyhow, let me position the camera back on here. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I'll show you this little Chinese doohickey lock. So it looks like something somebody made, but it's really cool. It was in a box of locks that I got off eBay as well. But it is a little lock. There's no security to it. This is the key, and it's just put it in there, and it opens the lock bar. What it does is the key goes in like this, pulls the 2 bits inside. You see it better there. Pulls the 2 bits inside and pull it out. It's really a neat little setup. Great for a kid to have for his journal or diary, you know, that type of silliness. But a cute little lock nonetheless. It has a little tassel with it. Yay, right? Makes it all so much better. Anyhow, I think one of my little girls will like that for her diary. The only reason why I even kept it. Okay. Then I have another video that I'm going to publish here shortly. It's a package video from Mr. Bill Bacardi, and he heard that I needed to get some A blanks so that I could finish the giveaway lock that I threw in. I have a few of these, and anyhow, that being the nice guy he is, he sent me a whole gaggle of A blanks, and normally you can't really duplicate those on a duplicator, but I've got a nick for it, and I went to town cutting keys, and these are the originals and these are the cut ones, and I needed operating and control keys, and that's a control key, works beautifully, and then the operating. So with that, I also have 2 little baggies with extra cores in it as well. So I will get and these here are keyed up now too, which is really cool. I will get another couple more blanks and finish those other cores, and I will send a core to Bobby Keys for the one that I sent him. He still told me that he still hasn't gotten a core, so I will send him a core for it. Now, in this, I want to make the offer to Bobby Keys that I can send him one of these cores as well. And this is the WB core, and it is a nastier keyway. And I have one sanded down to the brass finish so it matches the lock as well. They normally were this finish. And I happen to have a few blanks for this keyway, which is a much harder keyway to cut a blank for on a duplicator, but I can, and I can cut one of these blanks for you and get you one of these cores for your lock, whichever you choose. You want the original A core, or I can cut you one of these WB cores, your choice. Other than that, moving right along, right? Okay, other than those, I picked up this, and it looks very similar to one of these. It's a little bigger, except if you see that key, you know better. And then, of course, the namesake tells it all, right? I picked this one up because it's very similar to the one that Jeff asked JP McPinning to see if he can get open for him, and myself and Jeff was under the assumption that it's just a padlock core, and I mean, it's what it looks like even, and this one in particular is the padlock core with the removable screw down there. And so I even showed that to JP, and he said no, he got it picked open, but there is no screw in his, so his has to be an IC core. So that tells me that these particular padlocks, sorry, think of the word, these particular padlock can take either the padlock core or even an IC core. And I haven't tested that theory. I have an IC, so I should just take that core out and see if the IC core will go in. It's an easy check, I just need to do it. Before I get to the big monster behemoth over here everybody recognizes and knows what it is, I picked this up at the dollar store because it was literally on sale for 50 cents. A 50-cent bag, you get more than that out of it in scrap weight. I mean, it is steel. But what caught me was the bidding on it was really nice, of course. But what caught me on it was that core looks like it's about ready to flop around out of there. But it is hardened in place. It literally does not move. It opens both directions. But literally the core does not move. It doesn't flop around even like a regular master lock. It's kind of odd. Let's see if I can show you with the, oops, focus. There you go. It literally does not move around, so it's got to be sealed into place. And then, get my little light here, see if we can focus. I keep moving, I'm sorry. There we go. See that little light shine down in there? And that ain't gonna show. Anyway, but it's not a bright enough light. Anyhow, you can't see it on the video, but again, sorry, moving it around. You can't really see it on the video, but if you could see down in there, the bottom of the core would normally be the plastic junk shit core. This one has a brass core even. So, and then the keyway itself is, you know, it's not that traditional master lock keyway. So, I was like, well, can I pick it, you know, will it just, you know, rake open? And well, with that bitting, it won't let you rake it. Well, where the hell did it go? Sorry. With that bitting, it won't allow you to rake it. It just won't rake. I tried and tried and tried. So I was like, let's single pin pick it. Now I can single pin pick it, but this little piece of lock held up better than the Master Lock Pro Series. I couldn't believe it. I have to have a fluke here. Something's going on, because I felt security pins in it as well. Serrated clicks on every pin. Went click, click, click. See if I can just show you real quick. I did not really want to try it, simply because I didn't want to not be able to pick it here, but there, I dropped into a false set. No, and we're open. See there? It really, it made a formidable lock. 50 cents, man. I'm gonna go back and see if they still have any on the shelf. If they do, I'm gonna grab another, maybe a couple, and I'll try them and see if they turn out to be the same. You know, you never know. And then, of course, the pied de resistance is the big Sargent & Greenleaf Environmental. And these things are mammoths. They're humongous. Some of the first disc detainers. And it's a, you know, everybody goes, it's so simple though, because there's only 3 little discs in there. And as you can see, I've marked it the way Bosnian Bill showed everybody, 0, 90, and 45. So, or 0, 90, and 45. Anyway, I have tried to pick this thing several times, and I have had absolutely no joy. And I've gone through, and you know, there's no number on top, so it was like, oh, there's a number on the side then. Yes, it is one of the first, and believe it or not, it is the, let's get it to focus, and not glare, it is the 01, which means, and it's 1944, Sargent & Greenleaf number 01, or 101, 1944. This is the 01. I just saw an 01 key sell on eBay for $170. It blew me out of the water. And you can get the regular keys for like 30 to 60, you know, depending on what number. So the number 1 key is a very difficult one to begin with. So I was like, you know, I'll do Bosnian Bill's little cut a key type of thing. So the only thing I had was one of these little rake picks from that Chinese set I had, but it fit in there perfect, so I ground it down halfway and it fits in just like the key. And of course it turns them, but does not release the shackle. So I need to figure out and cut the exact bitting into it, which is a 45, a 0, and a 90. So in other words, a full cut on that one, don't touch that one, and a 45 on that one, which should open it right up. Now, I haven't cut those angles in it, But I have picked it because it's simple. Put the bottom at a 45, don't touch the middle one, and take the top one and turn it all the way. And when you get all the way around on the top one, it should keep turning. That's apparently the 90. Yeah, because it turns 90 degrees, see? And it doesn't open it. So I'm afraid there might be something wrong with it. The middle wafer was stuck, and I thought that's what was wrong with it, and the guy who sold it to me thought that's what was wrong with it too. He also didn't realize the number was right here. He's like, there's no number on it either, I don't know what key, nothing. Anyway, so nonetheless, it's a work in progress. I will get a key made for it and get it working proper and have the 01 environmental. So without further dragging and waffling, I thank y'all so very, very much for joining me. And y'all please stay safe, always stay legit. If you like this video and like what I do here, hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And until we meet again, peace.